Killa Kela podcast. KillaKelaOfficial.com.
THTC, the UK's leading ethical streetwear label. Organically grown and ethically built garments from hemp, organic cotton and other sustainable materials. 2019 is their 20th anniversary year. Join me with THTC as a Killa Kela podcast sponsor celebrating music, social activism, hemp and street culture. THTC, eco-fashion redefined since 1999.
Come on, ma, please.
Syringes, water fighting this. We love food for just to eat plenty. Oh look, oh no, watch them burn them brain out. 30 to follow.
Killa Kela Fortified featuring Patois. Available on all good music platforms now. AG Dentistry. In my line of work, not only does what I do with the mouth get reviewed, it's also my instrument. And it's beyond important to me that my teeth get the professional service they deserve. The AG family provide expert dentistry, whether it's NHS or cosmetic. They're the finest in London. Head over to agdentistry.co.uk for more information on treatments and prices. AG Dentistry. Beatbox created.
Killa Kela.
And we're here to talk about world music and street culture.
Killa Kela podcast.
I think we're good. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Killa Kela podcast. Do not sleep, I repeat, do not sleep on my repeat. Live and direct, central London, or central as you need to be. Okay, we only roll through with the dons in here. Okay, don't forget to subscribe and all that business, all right? We got Mummy inside the place. Dom, Charlie. Now, listen, this is going to be a new entry hole for you guys in the world of punk music. An alternative.
Everyone needs a new entry hole as well.
Everyone needs a new entry hole.
A new chakra.
yeah. Open that third eye of yours and get involved with this one. You guys, saw you the other week, smashed it.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, man.
Good show, fun.
What the hell's going through your mind when you're doing that?
We were fucking wound up because there'd been a little bit of confusion.
Oh my God.
Sadly.
There is always a confusion with the promoter.
And without, I mean, I don't think we're
But they're-
partly to blame.
Yeah, they're taking nothing, not discrediting that.
Yeah, I'm hearing some diplomacy
Promoter.
coming in now.
No,
No,
the gig
not
was
at all.
banging,
Yeah,
and
really
it was
good.
just a fucking nightmare for everyone.
Because
3
of-
bands dropped out within like 12 hours of the show, like before the show. So it was a nightmare trying to rejiggle the set times, figure out what people were doing and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just, we channeled the energy and we used it to
made
our
We're always
advantage.
angry
Yeah.
about something.
Yeah,
You've got to
we're-
be angry at something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone's angry for something. It's got to be angry.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the essence of the music, isn't it? You know. what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
Yeah.
The must be an absolute headache when you've got like 4 or 5 bands and then one of them you've got to rejig your backline and everything to accommodate for something that's flopped or someone's cancelled.
Yeah, I think it wasn't the band's, it was illness again, like a broken arm and tonsillitis. And I think one of the bands, the singer, went to New Zealand. So you need a fucking long microphone lead to pull that one off.
Quick excursion, you know. Some dodgy deeds done dirt cheap.
But no, it like big up this feeling. Absolutely smashed it, and it was a wicked show. Yeah, it was really, really good. Good
But you
bands.
guys have been doing like a bunch of I heard about you guys through Bob Vylan, as I expressed earlier before VT.
Good guys.
Yeah, good peoples.
They're doing something very different
Very
Yeah.
different.
and wild.
Very different. But there just feels like now, not only is it needed, but there feels like there's a real kind of like underground subculture that's kicking up, that's got this crossover. You guys definitely hold the mantle on that side, but on the flip side there's this rap thing and it crosses over and it's creating this kind of new punk energy.
I think
Yeah.
again, it's the attitude, is the kind of line, the thread that kind of stitches them together. Is
New
that
metal.
kind of attitude, a bit of anger.
I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
It is like
So-
new.
Oh
metal.
right. So this is a fresh revamp.
Yeah, because like it's that whole '90s revival, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Well, early 2000s, really.
Yeah, and I think people, I think there's quite a lot of that even in fashion at the minute, like the kind of skater, like baggy skater jeans and workwear stuff is all kind of 90s, like, and
Everything
the old hip hop
triple
again,
XL.
still, as big as it gets.
As big
Fuck
as
off the
it
small.
gets.
Don't order nothing in small.
Yeah. Everything's super large.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the Cyrus D3, of course.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Jesus!
The Cyrus D3, we're gonna have big boots.
Exactly. As much air as you can get in your crepe.
Yeah,
That's what you need.
Just make sure they've loaded with air, innit?
looking
Exactly.
like
We'll bounce to the ounce.
mini tanks on your feet.
They're these like Vision Streetwears. Back in the day, Vision Streetwears were
Killer.
it for days.
Yeah.
I used to
Killer.
get the massive t-shirts with the big square Vision Streetwear. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
find that online. I
They're
can't find
fucking
it.
it. They're
They're
going through
so
the roof now.
expensive, man.
You used to be
eBay
able to
that.
get them for like 15, 16 quid. Now they're
Yeah.
like 150 buff for the old vest. Yeah.
No joke.
I don't want
It's
to
fucking
throw a
crazy.
grenade on this at all,
Go
but
on.
like there was a Vision streetwear like revival in like Urban Outfitters, like maybe 5 years ago.
Oh no!
And it's bad, like if you see someone kind of rocking that and then they don't really know what it is.
Yeah.
like,
yeah,
it's
where
a
it
bit
even comes
strange.
from.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Ewings as well.
But if you want to know about the real banging gums, you better hit up the Mummy Spew store. Smoke pussy, weed, we send. Jesus!
What's all this? You got
The
merchandise
We've
and all
got
that.
special merch, yeah.
Nice,
Fuck, we meant to bring you a t-shirt. But
I
we-
was going to ask for one actually. I was going to give you some readies.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to bring you one, but we
Oh,
did
damn.
forget.
That's
We were
all right.
discussing it as well, fuck.
on the train on the way up here.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
that's-
should. What t-shirt
No,
are we
we
not going to
discussed
bring
it
you?
last night.
But no, we'll definitely.
Listen, I got you.
We'll
I got
sort
you.
one.
Don't worry, I got you too. I got.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll,
getting some merch done.
we'll send some stuff.
Yeah, defo.
So listen, where did it all begin? Like I feel like I'm late to the party in some respects. Like you guys seem to be just like a well-oiled machine that knows what it's doing. I mean, that's the
Oh,
You've only seen.
Yeah.
well, right.
Since Thursday we are.
what?
You come in at the right time.
Yeah. Exactly. All of a sudden, everything clicks into place. It's like,
Yeah.
Whoa! But like looking on your like catalog and whatnot, you know, these things, you know, in this day and age of like everything working in the box. Do you mean not enough time for songwriting? Let's just go straight into it, make a tune, chuck it out. Like you guys have. It seems like you've practiced and perfected the art of turnaround, and it feels like you've been doing it for a minute.
I think we're getting there. We
It's
spent
just
a lot
about
of time
management, man.
Yeah.
It's just insane. Like for us to find the time to
get
like,
something recorded, then all get together and decide.
Like
on
we've
artwork
got
and-
we've got like 3 EPs worth, well maybe 2 EPs worth of stuff that we haven't even like yet to record. So when we do record, we're recording stuff
Yet to
that
write.
that we've written a year before,
Yeah, of
and
course,
then
yeah.
we're like the set list isn't even like
everyone's sick of the tunes.
when an EP, like when we finally drop like the EP, we're sick of it and we've already written like a new batch, which is kind of a weird way of going
Yeah,
about it.
I think
Because
we're
people come to
starting-
the shows and they're like, oh yeah, like you didn't actually play anything off that
Yeah.
that last
Record that
EP.
everyone knows.
Yeah, I
It's
didn't
like,
hear
yeah,
anything
we're
off
over that.
Milk apart from like the first tune. You dropped the first one, didn't you? Milk's the latest EP, right?
The last one.
The
Yeah.
last one you done, yeah. And then
No, Milk was the first one.
First one.
so the Mum's the Word. Is
Mum's
that
the Word,
the new one?
the new
Right,
one.
You,
Newer one.
you threw a load of that tune. Hey, you got to check these. Like you got to check this shit out. This is some awesome stuff. Like, so you've got loads backed up basically.
Yeah, it's just trying to find the time to get together and get off work and get to a studio to get recorded, and then the time to do the videos, and it's just I'm rehearsing and writing new stuff and
then-
trying to play shows
And then making artwork.
yeah. And
Who does the artwork?
We all kind of
Donald's
collect-
pretty good. He's a bit of
we
of
all
an artistic whiz kid.
collectively.
Top
Yeah.
boy, yeah, I do all my own artwork.
Yeah.
and stuff. It's like he's try and be one stop shop, innit? It's like,
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
And
Who
then,
mixes
like-
your stuff?
A dude called Kevin Vangadabungang.
Vangadabungang.
He's got a tough.
I'm glad his character resonated with you somewhat. Yeah.
No, he's an absolute legend.
Yeah.
He's a fucking G, but I couldn't spell it. It's got some letter. I know what some of the letters are.
He's
Yeah,
got
there's some numbers in there as well.
Hashtag letters
Hashtag,
and
yeah.
numbers.
Yeah, bless him. What's his name?
Kevin
Big up
Van
Kevin. Big up Kevin V inside.
Yeah.
So
Hold tight,
serious.
hold tight.
But yeah, being at his house and like seeing some of the stuff that he's actually done, like we we totally forgot that we're out of our depth.
Yeah.
Like, being with him
He's
sometimes.
got a really refined mix, man.
Yeah.
Like,
he's
he's
killer.
got the energy's insane, you know.
Yeah, but it's
Authentic.
like clear and
Yeah.
There's some
he's
great
on the ball.
footage of him having arguments with Marky Smith in his studio.
Yeah.
Which is great, like a really drunk Marky Smith.
Does he
Yeah.
still record in the same place that he did?
He works all over the place, but I think he's down in Hastings now, so he works out of a studio down in Hastings, which is wicked. It's nice to get away from London a bit and get away from some distractions and go and get drunk somewhere else. Basically,
we were just chatting pre VT of like how much we all have a mutual love and rapport for the workers' man's pubs.
yeah, the creme de la scum.
Yeah, exactly. I
Creme de
love
la
them.
scum.
I love them.
Costa del Hastings.
What do you think it is about them? I don't know. I got this feeling that it's you get honesty there. You know,
It allows me to feel like I'm the best person in the room, which is a very rare occurrence. No, I'm joking.
you know those beatbox beats we were talking about?
It's
Drum roll.
Yeah, take two. No, it's. I think it is that genuine. You can relax in places like that. Like
It's more community vibe as well. Like you see with like gastro pubs, especially in South London now.
Yeah.
I do swear by this, but that the most notorious gang in London is the Yummy Mummy.
Hell yeah.
Because of if you're walking down the street
got the double prams at you.
double prams,
Exactly.
you're gonna cross that road.
Yeah.
It's like you've seen a serious gang. You've got to get out of the way.
You fucking
You've
killed
got
it,
to
it's so
cross.
true.
You've got to cross the road. You've got to look.
maybe
at the
we
floor.
should do some
Yeah.
yummy
So-
mummy patches, like a Hell's Angel patch, but
Yeah.
a yummy mummy
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Maybe that's, and we could have them like some big dude riding a double pram.
Yeah.
with a beard.
Yeah, yeah.
In a
go.
leather waistcoat.
Fire.
Yeah,
That's fire.
go.
See, like, you know, these people come from other places. Like, let a city be a city. Why do you have to bring the village to this?
Yeah.
It does my head in.
You could,
Yeah.
with your
I've just moved to Kennington, and like my local pub now, which is like I found like a nice oldie pub, you know, pool table.
Yeah. Oh, you
But-
search for that shit. You've got to
Yeah,
find
man,
the one.
that's like that's the holy grail of
Hell
pubs,
yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
then so now all of like the office people don't want to go to the gastro pubs because they're absolutely ramsacked, you know, zone 1.
Yeah.
So then they now go to this pub, and I'm like sitting, I was like,
Yeah.
you just can't hide.
No.
You can't hide. You've got to go to Hastings, basically.
exactly.
That's the only
yeah,
place.
Yeah, exactly. I got a bass player came around only the other day to record some stuff for Bob Vylan, and he said, right, he bought a place just outside of Penge, right?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Penge.
Penge, yeah, that's
Ooh.
it's a nice.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm
No.
saying like
But it's on the fringes.
Edgy.
Yeah,
it's on the
that's
fringes.
edgy.
yeah,
It's on
that's
the
like
fringes.
Mordor.
Yeah.
That's
But
like
he-
Middle Earth.
But he managed to get like a mortgage down for like 50K. Like,
Really?
Yeah. Because they're just trying to get people into the
See,
places.
yeah, but you see the thing with Penge is something happened in Penge that no one knows about, and like that's why no one talks about Penge.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like it's a mythological
So out
place.
there. Yeah,
It
yeah,
sounds
so-
like a native, built,
Like, you
Native
know,
American burial ground or
like
some
when
shit.
like
Pet cemetery.
It's like the Bermuda. Yeah, it's like the Bermuda Triangle. Like you go on the bus, and then like as soon as you get to Penge, you think you're gonna hit Penge, and you
Yeah,
see
and
welcome
then
to
you-
Penge, and then you're in
in
Lewisham.
you're in Beckenham,
Yeah, you're in
bro.
Beckenham. You're like, what happened?
Yeah.
There's some
West
serious-
Wickham? What?
Yeah, they put up boards around Penge, like on the high street, so you don't even know Penge is there. It's crazy. It's a set. It's like a movie set. Something's happened
It's
in
like
Penge.
Albert Square.
Yeah, there must be like a huge hole in Penge or something.
Big magnet.
Yeah, and they're like burning plastic or doing something wrong. I know they are.
So, are
got
you guys
Wilco's,
originally from London? Are you
Yeah.
born and bred? Yeah.
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 Yeah. Where originally? South.
Yeah, South Beckham. Yeah, born
Never left.
born on Telford Road. Lovely road. Big up Telford Road.
Lovely
Okay.
road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a little brief discussion about UK rap, which I think you may have crossed paths with me at some point or another, or you heard my name or something to that effect. Were you into like all different genres growing up?
Yeah, well, my crowd, like in South London, my mates, they used to film a lot of like the jump off and don't flop stuff. So I suppose like it was always and just being like everyone likes rap.
Yeah, I know it's
Yeah.
hard. not
Even
to
like
Going to
if
school in London.
yeah, everyone
Yeah,
likes
when
rap.
we did,
and
I
it's
think
like
hard to miss
even
it,
people like even for instance like the gig last night we're playing like with like a bunch of like loud randy bands, but like once we have a few beers we're all rapping in each other's ears. Do you know what I mean? We're all just talking absolute nonsense. So yeah.
Chaz and Dave are the original rappers.
Exactly.
Yeah, killers.
Killers
Yeah.
absolutely tore it. And there's an argument that rap started around the same time. We just did it in a different way. Yeah.
Yeah, rap was invented by Blondie.
Yeah, that's so the folklore says, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's a folklore.
So technically, rap derives from punk.
I can definitely see.
Yeah.
I
Punk
think,
and funk.
Well, Beastie Boys invented punk,
Yes.
and they're rappers.
yeah.
yeah.
So
And
so
I was listening to.
you know what I mean?
imagine that would be such a great story. How did punk come along? These
Wow.
just bunch
Boys.
of rappers.
Sit
they were
down,
just
young
joking.
lad, and let me spin you a
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yarn.
that's how
joking.
things get yarned out, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like all of a sudden, this thing actually becomes fact because someone went viral with it online.
yeah.
So what inspires you both? Like what was your kind of calling? Like when did you like start doing the punk thing?
I was my dad's a jazz saxophone player.
Jazz is very punk. I'm just
You
gonna
know the
say
Beastie
that.
Boys invented jazz.
No, I'm not messing around. But like, you know, for the time, you know, like bassists like Jaco Pastorius and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That is like considered
Fucking
to me.
out
Radical.
Yeah,
back
that's
then.
that's like punk jazz, isn't
Yeah,
it? Really?
proper out
because
there.
it's like super out there, like, you know, it's
Not-
aggressive.
Yeah.
But there's
Not
you know, there's
sticking
lots
to
of
any kind of conform.
Ooh.
Like any
It's the
I don't even know.
hangovers breaking through.
just breaking down the boundaries, isn't
Yeah.
it? So like not conforming to any kind of.
Yeah, it's almost like you kind of take the reins into your own hands and you start creating things that you almost say to yourself, well, I don't give a fuck about that, I'm doing what I'm doing, and that athleticism kicks in. That's punk. That's
Yeah.
like, don't care, I'm doing it. you
But
know?
I guess that punk thing is doing your own thing, which is why when people are like you that's not. It's kind of hard to define punk.
Yeah, I know.
It's very difficult. Like the genre and the ethos and the fashion are all. The ethos is the only thing that can really be applied to anything because it's you can't pin it down.
Yeah.
It can't like if you're not wearing a studded jacket or whatever, you're not a proper punk.
Yeah.
But if all the punks are exactly the same, it's not really that punk, is it?
Yeah,
You're not
it's
different.
true.
That's uniform.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is why you get those punks that are like, you're not fucking punk, and it's like, well, you all look the fucking same.
Yeah.
I'm the one that's different, so how the fuck can you do that?
Yeah.
It's
an
weird, that.
attitude, ain't it? It's an attitude.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think...
But it's allowing people to be different and fucking...
and be a bit aggressive with it. I reckon. Might as well.
your dad was a...
My dad's a saxophone, like jazz saxophone
Yeah.
player. So I got brought up with loads of that, playing like bass in jazz bands and bits and bobs, and started playing flute and stuff.
Nice.
And then, when I got a bit older, I was like, nah, that ain't me. So I started doing some heavier stuff. Yeah.
I can hear like, I mean, here's my critical overanalyzing. You know what I mean? But I was listening to it, and who was I speaking to? I was speaking to my mate James, Russian producer. You know,
Yeah.
and I sent him over the link. I was like, dude, like you should check this out, like, because he likes punk. He did Does It Offend You? Yeah, you know that.
Oh
band?
yeah.
Yeah.
He did that. He produced that, and he
Oh,
produced
sick.
Oh, right, sweet.
So I sent it over to him, and he was like, "What's it like?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, it's got kind of it's got a bit rancid, kind of."
Oh
mix.
yeah.
It's got a bit of rancid to it, like, you know, the kind of Joe Strummer style influences that they have. There's in there.
Yeah.
But then, like, you know, like when you hear the tune "Hey," it's like, what the like, the scream, the bell, like the
Yeah.
like, it's some, you know,
Yeah.
it's an attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite. I think some people are a bit like. You see, we'll play a set and get to Hey, and some people are just like and turn around and leave at the first chorus.
The funny one is you saying like, oh, this one's gonna get heavier, and the last one was like,
Yeah, but the
already
people are
heavy.
I think people
know
are
what I
always.
where are you
People are
going with this? They're like, whoa, that one was heavy. What do you mean? You're gonna get heavier.
I can't take the weight.
It's good. And I see you switching instruments in the show and whatnot, you know what I mean? Like, I was intent, I was at the front, had my phone on, I was like, fuck yeah, you know what I mean?
No phones.
Yeah. Hey, listen, apparently there's a lot of bars and pubs, especially...
Ban it.
Yeah,
Banning
banning
phones,
it.
yeah.
Don't blame them, you know?
Yeah.
It means we'll have less
There is sometimes,
business.
especially being
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's actually for the promoters and the venues in their favour, really, isn't it? And,
especially me being just a smidge under 6 foot. If there's a tall gentleman in front with a phone held aloft, he can make it quite difficult for me to see what is going on.
But when people are filming shows, like I've been to like Brixton Academy and like seen some bands and stuff. That sounds like I've never been out before.
I've been to
and
Brixton.
I'm lying.
I've been to
a gig
Academy and
before.
seen a band. And
But like when you see people like filming and they're not even looking at the phone, they're not even checking.
It's basically
the
just
footage.
putting something
and
in
it's
somebody
literally
else's
just
way.
like
Yeah.
it's literally
Yeah.
like all over the place, or like them just filming like the scene.
lights,
Like,
yeah.
You're not really gonna look back at that.
No.
And that quality.
They don't.
Of
Also,
the
why don't you
mic
just
as well,
look at
you
it
ain't
with-
gonna do yourself
Look at
any
it
favors.
with your eyes and use your brain to remember it now. Rather than be like, I remember I went to a gig. Let me have a look at my phone and try and remember how good it was. Like when it's like they need the memory stored so that they can show it to
Yeah.
other people. It's like appreciate it for yourself
Yeah,
while you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rather than like, let me do this and then imagine how many people are going to like this when I put it on Facebook. It's like, why don't you fucking enjoy it while you're there looking at it in real life?
It's funny because
Listen to how good this sounds. It's
I was
like-
speaking to someone whilst they were traveling with their camera and they ran out of film, and they were like, I didn't take, like, I went here and here and here and I didn't take any photos, but she can look back at the photos that she took previously, and she was like, I don't actually remember like some of that stuff, but
No
the
way.
stuff where I didn't take photos was like because you're absorbing more, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? You're like actually taking it in.
Yeah. It's a virus, man. When you're there in the crowd and you see it, you see it from a live perspective, it's looking out. Like when you've got loads of cameras on you, it's like there's almost like no human touch to it at all. There's these people with lights in their face.
Screens.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mad.
But saying that though, you should
But
still go full Randy
at
on
Mummy
stage
Instagram,
and then
at
get a
Mummy
good
Band.
flip,
Yeah.
just for the fun.
Yeah, it's true. Did they make you go like a little bit more ham than normal, like when you know that the camera's on, or
No,
you're
not
offending
really.
people
think so,
when you're
nah.
offending people with the noise of like certain tunes. You're like, yeah.
The problem is I lose my glasses every time, so I can't actually see anything. So if there was someone with a camera in my face, I wouldn't.
I
probably
didn't even know you wore glasses when I see you on stage.
Yeah,
you didn't
'cause
have
they
it.
come
That's
up-
why.
they came
Because they
straight
just
off.
cut, like within the first 10 seconds
They
of
go
the
blind.
set, they would just fly off.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And
But
then
you
he's
guys,
blind.
you guys look like you're having such an awesome time up there, though. It
Yes.
just looks like you're having the time of your lives.
It's
Yeah.
good, especially like when you got a stage with a bit of space. Like there's been playing some nice shows recently where you got a bit of room to move about and you're not like knocking into each other. Like doing like Beatles moves.
Saying that
Shadows.
though, we were speaking earlier about like shows and like we've been playing like some nice venues, but we were like have you heard of a place called Blondie's?
Yeah.
So
That's
like
the one in Hackney, right?
Hackney,
it's
yeah,
gnarly.
it's a really really great venue. Like Mastodon played there the other day.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you nuts?
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that was just obviously completely
Rammer jam,
ram.
Yeah.
So we played there,
It's
right?
fucking
And that,
crazy.
so it's like that is probably the easiest place to like pack, right?
Yeah, of
Because you
course,
can only
yeah.
get like maybe 40
Yeah,
people in
it's
there, right?
tiny,
And it's
tiny.
ram.
So like,
But it's full of hardcore heads, people that
Yeah,
come
like-
directly see you
yeah.
and are
Well,
associated in that
So
world.
we played there, right? And like when we made the flyer, so we made the flyer the day before the show. And the flyer
wrong
put
date.
the wrong date on it. So what was potentially going to be like a great gig and like the easiest place to like fucking pack, sorry. We got there was about 3 people there.
Oh, stop it! Stop it!
It's gutted.
It was so funny.
But the next day,
it was so
packed.
funny.
The date that we had put on the poster, it was Ramo.
That's hilarious. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, so
but
that
we've
yeah.
started. So as you were saying that we were a wet, slick, well-oiled machine. As of maybe 1st of January this year, we've started to turn our game around.
New year, new band.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. So there's
Exactly.
another 2 of you. There's 4. It's a 4-piece, right?
The long baby Tom.
He's the
And,
lead
Long
guitarist.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, and the drummer is
Paul Monkey,
Paul
Frank,
Monkey.
whatever he
Francis,
decides.
I've heard.
Francis.
oh, so
Yeah.
he's got a couple of barrels, middle names sort of thing.
He just depends who he's talking to, what identity he likes to use.
Ah, wicked.
Yeah,
so
he's elusive.
yeah.
Yeah.
Drummer then. You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. So what's the dynamic between the four of you? Like who's delegated to what?
Nothing in particular, really. We all kind of chip in.
Can't one of you just do the flyer? Could like in time or something?
Yeah, but it takes not really. There's so much.
I like the way that it kind of happens is I get nagged enough that I'll do it,
do
but
the
I'll be
art.
like so stubborn that I'll be like, I won't do it. But then someone shows me some art and I'm like, I could just do that myself. And then it
Yeah.
just gets silly.
But
There's no point of like paying people to do something like when you're perfectly capable, right?
Totally.
don't
I
let
do. that too.
lazy.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
But it's especially it is sometimes hard. I think you have to kind of push yourself to do things.
Yeah.
I'm lazy as fuck.
You
So
do though. You have to push yourself because like no one.
And
will
it
do
is
for you.
rewarding. Like
Yeah.
it's sometimes hard to get into that swing of things, but when you start doing it and you're like, right, that's happened because I did that. I made that happen, and you're like, yes. And now
It's like the shows that we
when
put
things
on.
start to pick up, it's like, it was worth it.
Yeah, there's a return.
Yeah, but sometimes it takes a while for that. Like when you get the quick return, you're like,
Bingo.
yes,
Yeah.
bang, right,
When-
next thing. But sometimes it's that,
I know
speculate
those
to
ones.
accumulate, and it's like the drip feedback isn't.
It's not worth a squeeze.
No,
yeah.
it's not rewarding enough.
But that's not.
The drip
that's,
isn't worth the squeeze. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not failure though. That's research and development. As
Yeah.
long as you've got another thing backed up and you keep
I mean,
turning them
if
around.
you do it and
Yeah.
if you can figure out why it didn't work,
Yeah.
that's if something doesn't work, then you like right. That's pointless trying that again. Which bits
Yeah.
Why didn't it work? Like it's using everything to your advantage, I guess,
Yeah,
and trying
totally.
to just at least make out that you're not failing. At
And
fucking
you know, like
everything.
social media isn't like making like video flyers and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that is
that
like
is-
it's good. It's like it's a bit time consuming.
Little
Like
bit, yeah.
making like a 2-minute meme. Do you
But
know what I mean?
but it means it's in your hands and you've got no excuse because anyone can do it. So it's
Yeah.
like, okay, I've just got.
And the more you do it, the better they are, and the quicker you get at it. Like it's always like, oh well, it's easy for them to do it because they know how to do it, and it's like, well, they only know how to do it because
Yeah.
they did some shit ones, and then
Yeah, and just repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a definite school of thought that's kicked in. Do you think there's some people there that think to themselves, "Oh, couldn't do that," when they don't really realise the
how
simplicity of it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it is daunting sometimes. You look at I'm not very computer minded, but sometimes like looking at stuff and it's like that's got to be so hard to do when actually you can't, especially nowadays with the technology. Like there's stuff that. I mean, going out and filming something on a camera that you
But
can
you
buy
see-
for £100 that's like amazing quality.
But you see, like
silly
how
quality.
technical it is getting, you know, with like video flyers and stuff like that. Even just going back to the basics of just like
paper flyer.
just a paper flyer, a GIF. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
You
yeah.
don't even need a 2 minute.
don't
That,
need- no,
that,
no,
that
no.
GIF can last forever.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you know what I mean? That moving image,
Yeah,
just two images and then that moving.
None of that going out and
that's the
handing
magic.
that stuff. It's like boom, straight across the board. All it.
Yeah.
There you
So-
go.
And if that's again with social media, it levels the playing field for people not so much now with all the promoted adverts and the paying things on Facebook and all those dirty algorithms. Dirty algorithms. They're not. It doesn't. It's kind of taking it back. But before everyone almost had access to everyone.
Yeah.
And you could put it up there, and you could reach a huge audience, mainly people in like Japan or whatever, nowhere near the gig. They're never going to come. Which is
But they always give it a like. They always give us the love.
We've reached 1,000 people aged 60 to 70 in Malaysia.
Yeah.
Good work.
They're actually all of our fans like on social media is just fake accounts.
Lots of
Fake accounts from
beautiful
Japan.
Russian women.
It takes a long time to garner like a bona fide audience, doesn't it? You know.
Yeah.
Do you think like
I mean, you could pay probably not a lot of money and go and buy yourself like 30,000 fans on Instagram, can't you? And stuff
Bands
like that.
do that. Bands used to do that on MySpace all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But
that's what's that.
But it's pointless.
And I
it's
think
like
that-
you're just
Yeah.
buying zeros on the end of a thing. None
Yeah.
of them are going to engage or buy your merch.
And
or
then they start clogging up
come to
your-
a gig,
yeah.
and then it means you can't see. It's much harder to see anything and engage with people
the
that
real
are.
have fans. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
It is
but that's
difficult.
like that musician recently that was reading in the paper. He like booked all of these like headline shows at like Brixton Academy, like did like all these top gigs, but he wasn't actually like. It wasn't even like a band.
Oh,
or,
he just
like,
off a front, just as
yeah,
a
he
scam.
just like fronted like the
No way.
yeah, and
What,
it-
just
he
to
thought-
prove
he-
that it
he-
can all be done off hype rather than.
No, he was like trying to. He thought
That sounds
you know
like-
from seeing someone like at that level
Was
or
that
whatever,
Bros?
that people would be
Because
Bros.
they-
No, Bros is huge, man. Don't ever get that twisted.
What do you mean? On the last tour, they cancelled every date apart from London
Oh,
and
did they?
Manchester.
Is this
I
that
think.
documentary? I've
Have you
seen
not
it?
seen
No.
it?
Oh man,
Is it mad? Is it?
it's so good.
I've got to say that hindsight is the philosophy of fools. That's something that's what he says.
Very good.
Unbelievable.
Is that what he says?
He's like, hindsight is the philosophy of fools. That's that's a quote that I say quite a lot.
So is it a laugh? Is it? Or is
It's
No,
it
like-
it's
like
serious.
Spinal Tap.
It's like Spinal
Spinal
Tap
Tap.
meets
but
Exorcist.
but it's serious.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
they're just
They're deadly
hilarious.
serious,
They're
yeah.
hilarious.
it's
I'm missing a load of them.
emotionally hilarious.
I'm missing this Fire Festival.
Fire.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
haven't seen that
yeah.
yet.
No,
either.
I'm missing the R. Kelly one. I've got to do my catch.
What's
up.
that? Is that sounds a bit.
Yeah, it's iffy. It's a little bit iffy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a cringe one, I think.
I was reading a Vince Staples interview, and he was just talking about R. Kelly, and I think from his like little blurb about R. Kelly, then I think it's enough. Like you don't even need to.
You
see
don't
it.
even need to watch it. I know.
Yeah.
You've got the gist.
Yeah, he made a tune called "Age Is Nothing But a Number." Like I think,
Yeah.
I think that's
Suggested
you know.
enough for you, you know? Yeah, I know. I feel that. Or rather, I don't feel that. Like with the band thing, do you think it's as important to go out on road in a social media world? I think the ace in the sleeve is the fact that you guys go out and just hammer it. Like you guys are doing a lot of shows at the moment. I mean,
Yeah, we had quite a lot end of last year and coming into this year and stuff. But I mean, there's lots of shows out there to play. I don't know. It's kind of, I think sometimes you can play too many, especially if you don't have lots of
man.
fans.
Yeah, for sure. Like
because
if
you burn them out.
Yeah, and it's like, it's hard. You're better off, I think. You want to get out there, and when you're writing new tunes, you want to get out and play and let people hear them and try them out and see how they go down.
Yeah.
But it's often kind of detrimental to play too many shows because you can't expect people to come out and see you every week or whatever. It just
yeah, and especially like on a Tuesday.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, when we were out, you know you had the gig the following weekend, and like the reason why I didn't go to that was because it was east. You know, my patch is north.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, particularly in London, I'm sure there's a lot with the boroughs of like Manchester and other places, Glasgow especially. You know what I mean? People just, you know what I mean? It's like if it's not an arm's length away, then they just don't go. So you actually, you are cut and crop, but just in different areas.
Yeah.
As long as you've got the fans in that area.
Yeah.
I guess it shouldn't.
Because if
burn out.
we rarely put on shows in South London,
Yeah.
but when we put on shows in South London, like, you know, people, it's just like as you're saying, like people from South don't really go north. Do you know what I mean?
People from North
don't go south. Yeah,
It's dumb, innit?
it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really silly.
Because
I like getting about. I like going to a pub that I've never been to. Like I like to. You know, like it's all about being out of your comfort zone as well,
Yeah,
man. That's
for
like
real.
how you learn, right?
Yeah. And it's good to be in like other neck of the woods and seeing
Yeah.
what's going on.
What's
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah.
Seeing how terrible it is in North London.
yeah. Really grimy, itchy town, Camden.
I was really frightened of all of the this graffiti on the wall in North London.
very
It was
aggressive.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah? Where?
Really scary. I'm only joking, but you know that's what people are like. You know, they go to Peckham, they're like, there's just so much graffiti that I just felt afraid.
I felt threatened.
I felt threatened.
Damn. Yeah, no. Nah, not at all, man.
Nothing like being scared by some colour.
Yeah.